Start it down there. So first things first. First things first is I always have like tons of space behind the base's head.
Okay, so maybe she should scoot this way more?
Yes, maybe she should scoot down. It's always at least 2 feet. I say 2 feet from the concrete. If you're at home playing it just on carpet, just don't have a coffee table behind you.
Got it.
You know, just have it clear. Whatever space you're playing in, have a lot of space behind you.
At least 5 feet.
Yeah, that's the most common fall over this way.
Yeah.
So let's just do bird real quick. Real common fall. So I'm going to be dramatic and overly play this.
Okay.
So real common fall is coming over this way so fast, and the base keeps holding on to your hands. This is a real natural instinct. You want to support and protect your flyer. And so in the act of falling, you think if I hold on, it'll help her from or him from falling really hard. But it's the adverse. It's counterintuitive. The act of you holding on actually hinders your flyer from protecting his or herself. Because your landing gear is your basic landing gear are your feet and your hands. So you're coming. This is a real common fall. Coming head over heels, the base holds onto the hand. And so the flyer doesn't have anything to protect with it and eats it with her face.
Right.
It's really nice at the base. I always say support, like openly support. You support with an open hand, just like that. There's no need for the base to hold on. That's the flyer's job. So that's a basic. Anytime that you are facing towards your base, where you could go over his or her head.
Never hold on.
Yeah, the base. Try not to hold on, but focus on openly supporting. Nice open palm, she's supporting. I can hold on if I like, if I go wobbly, and I can let go when I feel like I need to let go. If there's a fall this way, I can just bring my feet and my hands down. Simple. That's the basics of any type of forward flying. Okay? Now, we're doing forward flying now, but in a throne. 2, 1, boom. So now instead of being... So instead of binding my hands here and throwing, I'll likely be binding my feet. Nice there. So if I bind my feet against her legs here, and I fall, a common fall, this way. See how I naturally brought my feet down? I was trying to do it like a bad fall where my feet were still down, but my natural instinct is to bring my feet to unbind these bonds. Any type of bind. You're bound here, unbind yourself so you can bring your hands and feet down first. So, can we do that again? 2, 1. Just like this strong side of face. So usually I'm up here. A fall back is not too common in growth because you have these hooks.
Right.
It's hard to fall back because your feet are held down. So I could fall forward very fast. These hooks don't protect me from falling forward really fast.
Do you always have your hands there?
So yes, as a base for any type of throwing stuff, I recommend that the base keeps the hands up.
As a catch.
A common mistake is you lose your balance and you fall forward really fast, and this right here. Hit it right in the knot. So that's an easy way to fall. So the base, a great idea is to keep the hands up. That's a good tip. And a good tip for the flyers, when you're bound and you're falling, you've got to unbind so you can bring your feet down first. Okay. That's 2. I want to do 2 more basic things, okay? So we did bird, flying forward, throne, also forward. Now we're going to switch it around and do a back fly.
Okay.
And now you're here, you know when I'm facing the ground. It's a lot harder to see where you're falling on the upside down. This one's hard. Let's see. Oh, it's hard to touching the base. I can't see the ground. I'm looking up at the ceiling, right? Beautiful work there. If I fall, she supports my shoulders with her hands. Again, her hand is straight up, so I can't land on her head. It's a helpful tip for the flyers never to bring your feet towards the sky. You're going to fall over. Right. So you look draped if you're a flying back fly this way. So keep you draped. Okay. And if you are falling, always, my recommendation is turn towards the mat. So if you just fall, don't just fall flat on your back. Like if I'm falling this way, don't just fall flat on your back. Roll towards the mat and look towards it so that you can bring your feet and hands down this way. if I was just to fall down this way,
Yeah.
you know, you could, I mean, with mats, it'll probably take the air out of you a little bit. It won't hurt that bad. But if you're playing without mats, you definitely want to turn towards the ground so that you can land with your landing gear. How you feeling?
Good.
Great?
Yeah.
Yes. And one last thing for back fly. If the fly were to go over, that can hurt you. So that's why your base is always supporting this way and pushing back this way. Never try to let your shoulders, let your wrist go past your shoulders. So once you're here, you don't have a lot of strength to pull back. Okay. My last safety tip for today is any type of inverted flying. That's the most dangerous in my opinion. What we did earlier, a bird, you're facing forward, but you're planked, you're horizontal. Thrown, you're standing up, you're vertical this way. Back fly, you're this way, you're still horizontal towards the ground. Now when we're talking about getting inverted, like star, for example, you're upside down. That means the first thing to hit the ground, if you don't have your hands, is your head. So just like a common mistake that I've seen in star is when the flower gets up and inverted, a common flaw is they don't jump high enough. They'll just land back on their feet.
You have been practicing basic, huh?
Yeah. She knows. So now we just get back on our feet, right? Another fall in star
If you overjump.
is if you overjump, and that could be scary. But as long as her feet are there, if I overjump, I'll bring my feet down, and her feet are straight. They support my back, so I can fall over. So if the base does start to come over this way, I recommend as the flyer really learn how to pirouette to one side or the other. For this one, I'm going to come out this way. Okay? If I fall, I'm going to push out and roll out to the side. You could go back over if you have a really good back bend. You can just bring your feet down. Not everyone has a really deep back bend to do that. And it's a little more dangerous because you can't really see where you're going.
Yeah.
But over here, again, if I'm up in store and I feel like I'm falling, I can push out to the side. Try either land back this way, but if you feel like you are coming over, it's nice to push off one hand and roll over to the side versus going straight back.
Okay.
Any other helpful tips, Tara, that you see?
I think that helping to push off with that last, like, so
Yes.
you know that they're going to get their feet to the ground, right? So you can make the float a little bit more by pushing off and keeping that resistance in that one hand that's left. You know, I mean, not like grabbing,
Yeah.
it's just a
Pushing.
resistance too.
Yes.
So it's working with them so that they're going to stay up just a little bit longer and get their feet so they don't crash to the ground.
So there's constant support.
Yeah.
So Tara, in no way when she feels like there's a fall, is there a pulling. There's always a constant support,
So
even
the
when you're
support,
falling.
because I'm letting them always control the fall. You know, like, so a good example of saying what not to do is, I had something like this with a base happen, and they instinctively went to grab my feet, right? But I knew where my feet were going.
Yeah.
And so I slipped as soon as they grabbed my feet. It came out from underneath me and, you know, crashed down. And it was from star, something like that, yeah.
So you were falling out of star.
I was falling out of star, and I was going backwards,
And instinctively they grabbed
they
your
grabbed
feet.
my feet and
Interesting.
pulled it out from underneath me.
Yeah.
So I would always say that, like, know that your flyer knows where their feet are going, and that I feel like you need to trust that your flyer is going to get their feet down, and try to then just keep that support, and then not pull. Like, I know too, my flyer is going to get out whichever is comfortable for them, so I'm not trying to control the fall. Just keep that support. But I think, yeah, that's it.